shot blocked. Here's Volek stepping in, shoots, he scores!
These young men are paying the price. You can see it etched in their faces. You can sense it in their attitude. The spirit and pride of the New York Islanders burns brightly in their hearts. They face tougher challenges in the 1990s, but they do so wearing the crest of the Islanders. They are building a new foundation for success. Their thirst for victory will not be quenched until they once again drink from the cup of Lord Stanley. The torch has been passed to a new generation, and the flame still burns brightly. The New York Islanders are fighting back.
We go every single year the first game because it's just the feeling that you get, you know. Everyone goes crazy and it's a lot of fun.
Islanders! Islanders! Islanders!
Islanders in America! What a team!
The 1990-91 season was characterized by transition. The arrival of new faces. Young players going through the school of hard knocks. The search for championship character and leadership.
Backs in front of the net, flatly with a shot, he scores! Derek King with a shot, he scores!
You got to battle every inch of that ice every second because you never really know what can happen. If you work hard enough, you know, the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Even in a rebuilding year, Al Arbour saw to it that this team lived up to the same old-fashioned values that once made the Islanders champions. Despite their youth and inexperience, no team would out-hustle, outwork, or out-hit this group.
You know, I always believe every game we go into, we have a chance. And what I ask and I demand from the players is that each and every player gives their best, their very best. And I think that's all you can ask. If every player gives their best in a team fashion, not give their best individually, you know, we'll let the chips fall where they may.
Al Arbour has never backed down from a challenge. In 20 years as a head coach, players have come and gone, but his ability to prepare and motivate has never faltered.
Al has the ability to speak to a group of 20, mention one thing, and have everybody think that he's speaking about them. He can say something in regards to the way we play as a team, the way we're playing in our zone, and everyone thinks that it's them that he's directly talking to. That's one of his greatest coaching abilities, is without pointing a finger at somebody or ridiculing somebody, he makes the whole team feel accountable.
You know, he has changed with the game. He realizes what it takes to win in this league, and I think that's very important because the league has changed an awful lot over the last 10 years.
He expects a lot of his players. He's very fair. But at the same time, I think deep down he really cares, and he wants the guys to grow as players and as people. And I don't think a lot of people know that side, the sensitive side, the caring side of Al Arbour, and he's done a lot for me.
This season, Al Arbour became only the second man in NHL history to coach in more than 1,300 games. Ironically, he reached that milestone in a game against the New York Rangers, a team the Islanders and their fans love to beat.
The Rangers are a club. They haven't won the Stanley Cup in a lot of years, but they have some die-hard fans. And we're a club that's been very successful very quickly. And maybe there's some jealousy from some of the Manhattan fans on the part of the Islanders' success. Everything that you would think of in a rivalry comes to light when we play them.
Let's go, Islanders!
Go Islanders, man! Kill those Rangers! He got checked and centered out in front. There's Berg with a shot. He scores!
In 7 games against the defending Patrick Division champions, the Isles won 4, tied 1, and lost but 2.
To the blue line for Jeff Norton. Back. Wallach with a shot. He scores! The game is tied 2-2.
Their uncanny mastery of the Rangers baffled the experts, but delighted Islander fans.
It's a game to win, and it's a lot of, it's pretty exciting with all the, fans and stuff, and all the excitement and stuff like that. And the reason why we beat them, I think it's a lot of it is emotion.
I think guys really pulled together, and the emotion, the excitement was there not only in the locker room on the ice, but up in the fans were so excited.
Freaky with a pass behind LaFontaine. He's over the blue line with Wood coming in. LaFontaine pulls up, moves it on Richter. He scores! Oh, is that pretty to watch?
The Islander star who glowed most brightly against the Rangers was goaltender Glenn Healy. He averaged more than 30 saves per game against the boys from Gotham, but more importantly, stoned them in crunch time.
Big pass. Here's Gardner coming right in. Healy beats him.
No goaltender is without his team. The games that I may have played well, someone was there to score 4 and 5 goals, and it took 20 guys to beat those bums in the blue.
The morning after a victory, the sun seems to shine just a little bit brighter.
That's a funny joke. I got 20 goals and 30 assists.
For Glenn Healy and wife Susie, it offers one of the few quiet moments during the season. On game days, there's little time to relax.
His concentration level on a game day is very intense, and I can find myself at times speaking with him and absolutely getting no response. He's, so into his thoughts and into the game that he's going to play. He definitely works very hard. He takes a lot of pride in what he does, and he's not happy with just being average. He strives for success. He wants the big win. He wants to do well. He doesn't want to let anybody down.
The tougher the game, the less you see. Sometimes you can take the simplest shot, put somebody in front of you so you can't see it, and that becomes the scariest. That's like the scariest 2 seconds of your life, not knowing where that puck is.
A fearless Glenn Healy answered the call of Coach Al Arbour with an inspired performance between the pipes in 1991. When fellow goalie Mark Fitzpatrick was sidelined by a mysterious and serious illness, Len responded with the lowest goals against average of his career.
Back down to Sundstrom. Sundstrom looking, centered shot, save!
On a team searching for its identity, Healy stepped forward to join team captain Brent Sutter as a leader both on and off the ice. Brent Sutter is one of the most consistent players in Islander history, scoring 20 or more goals in each of his 10 NHL seasons.
Pulling to the left, trying to move in on Sackey, comes in, shoots, he scores!
But his worth to this organization goes far beyond his scoring ability. In 1991, he was awarded the first ever Nystrom Trophy, given to the Islander who best exemplifies the qualities of hustle, hard work, and leadership. To the newcomers on this club, Brent Sutter passes on the Islanders' championship legacy. You can see it in the faces of players like number 25, David Volek. When Volek arrived from Czechoslovakia in 1988, he could barely speak the language. Now, he's a fluent goal scorer.
And Healy feeds it to Volek. Toward an empty net for three. It spins, bounces, it finds its way for the hat trick.
Center Ray Ferraro didn't join the team until a November trade brought him to the island, but he eagerly accepted the challenge.
Ray Ferraro trying to get around the check of Nieuwendyk. Good job, Ferraro centers one. Bird back to Ferraro, he scores! Ray Ferraro. The trade pays dividends immediately, and the Islanders lead 2-1.
The dream is alive in the hearts of young players like Bill Berg. This talented left winger led the Islander rookies in scoring in 1991. With an assemblage of youngsters and veterans, this team is relearning how to win. They're instilling championship values. Building the chemistry to go deep into the playoffs.
I think we have a good young group of character people who are striving to be better. You know, obviously we don't have an abundance of Wayne Gretzky type players around here, but we have a lot of people who have talent and are working hard to realize it.
With every victory, this team takes another step in the right direction. But not all the rebuilding takes place on the ice. In the National Hockey League, players spend considerably more time practicing and traveling than playing games. In any sport, the true character of the team is defined most when it's on the road.
There always is stuff on the road. That's the key to being on the road. There's pizza showing up at your door, wake-up calls when you don't want them, and then there's the old trick with the breakfast. They have it on your pillow. You can order the early morning breakfast, don't have to even phone. Get out of bed, they just drop it off your door. A load of guys bill up with about $35 for the breakfast and put it on the outside of the door. That happens a lot too, so. But it never ends. That's the whole part of being a team. That's what guys miss when they retire.
For any team to win, it takes a unique blend of experience, talent, and personality.
Come on, man, come on, man! Woo!
With the acquisition of Ken Baumgartner a year ago, the Islanders sent a message to the rest of the league that their personality would be as tough and hard-nosed as ever.
He's given this team a different perspective, you might say, and obviously you can see when we go in other buildings, they dress their tough guys, or when they come in here, they dress their tough guys because they know that they can, Bomber is as tough as they come, and he's, and also I think Bomber can play the game when, with some discipline and, you know, and drive that I think, and he's good in the dressing room. He's a good character type player, and again, he's the type of player you love to have on your team, and hate to play against, but you love to have him on your team.
Work heels, that'll work heels. Good forecheck, guys. That's the way, be patient. My side, my side! Hold it!
For the Islanders, there's no better man to ride to the rescue than Ken Baumgartner.
I left!
When he's on the ice, he's a man on a mission. The Bombers' game is protection. When his teammates are protected, they produce.
Bounces off Van Beesbrook's pads. Ferrero with a shot off the side of the net. Another shot under Van Beesbrook. He scores! Woo!
The battling spirit of Ken Baumgartner typifies the never-say-die attitude of the New York Islanders.
They know that we're going to come there and we're going to work and we're going to give them a battle for it. And like I say, you know, different clubs are different things, but with this club here, we need the best from everybody, and we're going to show up to play, and we want to give the opposition a tough time.
Norton tipping it ahead, looking for LaFontaine in the middle. He's got it. LaFontaine fakes, moves, in, holding. Oh, my God! What a magnificent goal you have just seen! Pat LaFontaine, you won't see it any better than that.
There are times he simply cannot be stopped. He strikes fear into the hearts of his opponents. He elevates the game to another level.
Every team that has challenged for the Stanley Cup that's always had a player in the neighborhood of 45 to 50 goals a season. Pat is the only guy on this team right now with that ability to get 45, 50, 55 goals per season. You have to have that individual.
Without question, Pat LaFontaine is one of the finest American-born hockey players to ever wear an NHL uniform. In 1991, he represented the Islanders at the NHL All-Star Game for the 4th consecutive year. He stood out even amongst the best, dazzling the finest players in the game with his 2-goal performance.
He's kind of like a game breaker type player. Patty's a heck of a hockey player, and he's got so much talent, speed, skill that I think that, you know, you just don't find players like that every day to come to your hockey team, and I think that he's also very important as far as people here in Long Island love Patty, and they think an awful lot of him.
I consider myself a Long Islander. I think the Islanders, the community supports the Islanders, and the Islanders in hand want to support the community and help out in whatever way they can.
This team and its fans enjoy a special relationship. For better or for worse, it's a marriage made in heaven. Even through this difficult season, they remain steadfast in their support and love of the Islanders.
I think they understand the situation we're in, and we got a real good hardcore of fans, and they've been very good to us this year.
Let's go, Islanders!
Islander fans, young and old, saw their team struggle through a year of growing pains. But they also saw some positive signs for the future. Despite missing the last 20 games of the season due to injury, Pat Flatley produced the highest offensive totals of his career. 23-year-old Derek King established himself as an everyday player. He finished the year with 19 goals, the team's 5th leading scorer.
Centers, King with a shot, he scores! The hat trick for Derek King.
And Glenn Healy excelled in goal under the most difficult conditions. Perhaps the most encouraging moment of the year took place in the final home game of the season. On that night, goalie Mark Fitzpatrick recorded his first victory of the year, defeating the Adams Division champion Boston Bruins. He stopped 33 shots that night, but more importantly, scored a stunning triumph over a mysterious disease that nearly ended his career.
23 seconds left. Poulin puts it in the goal mouth and it's cleared aside. Brad Lauer up ahead to McDonough with an empty net. This will do it.
It had been a long year, but with illness and adversity now behind them, these determined New York Islanders face the future with optimism and anticipation.
I think that we hung in there, we worked hard, and we'll be better for it. We'll be stronger for it, physically and mentally, and that's something we can carry not only into next season, but in everyday life.
With a proud tradition and a promising future, the New York Islanders are fighting back.